One person who wasn't here yesterday because he was busy in Brisbane with an annual general meeting for Carpentaria Exploration is the Executive Chairman of Carpentaria Exploration, Nick Sheard. Good morning.
Good morning.
As far as yesterday's activities were concerned, how confident are you that this is now underway and you're basically going to get the ticks?
I presume you're talking about the Hawsons project. We're, as Ray was just saying, we're looking for partners now to help us take it to the next stage. We've got enough funds, etc., to go through this pilot plant testing and the metallurgical work we're doing at the moment. We've got a number of parties that are interested in talking to us. There is a bit of uncertainty still because the share that our previous partners held, BMG, is now held in liquidation, and that process is soon to finish, according to the liquidators. And once that's finished, we'll know what's going on, because we have the first right of refusal over any offer made to the liquidators. So we've got options that we can either take up the thing 100%, or a party can come in and buy it from the liquidators and do a deal with us. So that's the process we're going through at the moment, Chris.
So this isn't going to impede anything that happened yesterday. Basically, the things can run in parallel?
Oh, yes. What happened yesterday at the annual general meeting was that we adjourned it because one of our major shareholders, Silvergate, decided to ask for a requisition of a general meeting for us. Now, and in that they put forward two resolutions. One was to get rid of two of our directors, and the second was to put their two on. Now, the guys that they're trying to get rid of, Neil Williams and Paul Silakis, top quality guys. As a junior, we're very fortunate to have those guys. For example, Neil, PhD from Yale University, doesn't come very often, and he headed up the government Geological Survey, Geoscience Australia, for about 16, 17 years. So his contacts are second to none, particularly in the federal government, which is what we're going to be needing when we get this thing really rolling. You're going to have federal approval. And then the other guy, Paul Silakis, is a mining engineer who's done... He works with Oil Search at the moment and is heading up multi-billion-dollar projects. So he's sort of another quality guy. And they want to replace them with two of their guys who quite, we don't really know what their qualities are, really. So we decided that because we couldn't come to an agreement with Silvergate, we offered them two directorships, but they ignored that or rejected that because they wanted to, I think, gain the company by stealth. So we adjourned the meeting and we're going back to shareholders to explain what's happening, and hopefully they'll vote with us, and we'll continue. So whatever happens, it's sad to say this from a personal point of view, but whatever happens, the project will keep going because these guys are determined to move it forward. We're determined to move it forward. Hopefully it's us.
So when does the AGM reconvene?
We're going to have one on the 7th of November. So it gives us time to talk to our shareholders and explain to them what's happening, and hopefully they'll vote with us.
Okay. Now, this project that we've been talking about, Hawsons, isn't the only thing you're up to at the moment. What about the Yanco Glen tungsten project?
Yeah, there's a bit of a flurry of activity yesterday. It all seems to come together at once. And the Yanco Glen project is getting quite exciting. It's a tungsten resource that was known about before, but what we've done is we've drilled it out, drilled about 20-odd more holes, and we effectively doubled the in-ground amount of tungsten. Tungsten is quite a valuable metal, very little understood, I guess, but if you look at the price of tungsten at the moment, it's about something like $35,000 a ton. So, you can make a fair bit of money out of that. And so, and the other thing is that China has really sort of stopped exporting it. They were the major producers. So it's a good time to be in that. It's not going to be a big mine, but it's certainly going to be, it could be quite profitable. So we've got to do the next steps now, which is metallurgical testing. And we've got our mining engineer, Lee Rossetti, in Broken Hill there. He's now getting samples and stuff ready to go through to this next phase of metallurgical testing. So it's quite good. But then the other thing that happened yesterday, we've now also drilling down at our other iron project, which is in South Australia, sorry, not New South Wales, but it's the other end of the Braemar Iron Formation. And we've had some really good news there that the guys got into this Braemar Iron Formation. At 62 metres, we got over 100, we got 100 metres of magnetite, and the hole stopped in it. So we're pretty pumped about that too. We don't know what the grades are or anything, but it certainly looks like one of the units we've got at Hawsons. So hopefully, if this continues, we'll expand our iron portfolio as well.
So given that you've got a lot, I guess, balls in the air as far as this is concerned, are you going to be affected at all if there are major changes to the board structure, as you've indicated?
I think what will happen, if it is changed, these guys are coming in, they are determined to continue. They want to run the project. So as far as the projects are concerned, they'll still go. Obviously, we feel that we're the better managers, and we'd like to continue doing that.
So, what is likely to happen? Let's just crystal ball and say, they do get it up. What does that mean to Carpentaria? Does it disappear? Does it become something else?
No, it'll still be a publicly listed company, and obviously shares will be available. It just means there'll be a change of management if that were to occur.
So, who exactly are Silvergate? I noticed there was a notice to the ASX, but who are they?
Silvergate is a wholly owned company by a company called ASI, Ample Source Investments, I think. Now, they're out of Hong Kong, and strangely enough, they were the group that backed our previous joint venture partner. So they've known the project since it's effectively the last 3 or 4 years. And they know it inside and out, and speculation is that they're obviously trying to get hold of the project at a low cost. Okay,
well, obviously this is something we will keep an eye on. We'll talk to you or somebody after the next annual general meeting.
Let's hope it's me, mate.
Nick Sheard, thanks for taking the time to talk to us.